Well, listeners, viewers, at 9:32, we are reporting that the governing Jamaica Labour Party, led by 53-year-old Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, has won a third consecutive term in office, becoming the first and only Jamaica Labour Party leader to win 3 consecutive terms. Never before done by the great founder of the party, the hero, Sir Alexander Bustamante, revered by Labourites. Andrew Michael Holness has done what no other Labour Party leader has done. He has defied the odds. He has been resilient as a political figure after being assaulted, attacked, and pilloried for nearly 2-3 years. His personal integrity on the line. The people of Jamaica have stayed with him. Tonight, they have returned him to Jamaica House, and with it, handed the opposition People's National Party, led by Mark Jefferson Golding, a defeat. They have lost their bid to overturn an 18-seat deficit to take Jamaica House. The Labour Party has won.
He's done it. Dr. Andrew Michael Holness has led the governing Jamaica Labour Party JLP to a historic third term in government. At 53 years old, Holness tempted fate and has now tasted political greatness. He becomes the first leader of the 82-year-old Jamaica Labour Party to be given a third mandate by the Jamaican people. He's only the second Jamaican Prime Minister to achieve this feat, drawing level with P.J. Patterson's achievement in the 2002 general election. Elected to Parliament for the first time in 1997, Holness has represented the people of West Central St. Andrew for 6 consecutive terms. Tonight, he secures a 7th term in the seat and his 3rd as Prime Minister. Dr. Holness has managed to win the country's 19th general election while swimming against a political avalanche of accusations of corruption and dogged questions about his integrity filings. It appears the Jamaican people have decided those allegations ultimately were not the deciding factor in this election. Despite the relentless onslaught from his main political rivals in the PNP, a confident Holness kept on message throughout the campaign by touting his government's achievements over the last 9 years. He touted roads, he touted water, he touted housing, and he touted the merits of a robust economy. That message appears to have resonated. With this, his 3rd mandate, Holness may have proven himself one of the most resilient political leaders in the country's history. In fact, he joins a select club of incumbents across the Caribbean region to survive the anti-incumbent wave that toppled several of his fellow leaders. In this election, Dr. Holness presented a simple choice to the Jamaican people: performance or promises. The Prime Minister and his governing Jamaica Labour Party also asked the voters to choose Jamaica. Based on tonight's results, it appears Jamaicans have chosen performance, and they have chosen Jamaica. With that choice, they cement Holness as a permanent fixture in the political history books. Ricardo Brooks for the Race to 32.
George?
Well, a new day, a new government, which is the old government. The argument settled at least for the next 4 or 5 years. The country can move on. The country gripped by what almost was a soap opera of daily episodes, daily unraveling matters brought to the fore. I'm very keen to see, and that's what I've been here contemplating quietly. I'm very keen to see the approach taken by the Mark Golding PNP, I have to say it that way because that's what we have now, to this issue of the Prime Minister's outstanding statutory declarations. We all knew it was an election-winning approach that this thing was treated with or taken as. Do they dispense with it and settle down into opposition, or do they continue to ride it, continue to finish the job that they have started? And I heard one analyst say earlier today, and I quite agree with Ursula Anglin saying that the Prime Minister, if not mortally wounded, had been scarred, obviously not mortally wounded, but scarred by the constant, the barrage of accusations and claims. And then it is this Parliament which will have to preside over how the Integrity Commission is shaped going forward. So the same men who outside of the House of Representatives, certainly Dayton Campbell outside of Parliament, Bunting outside of the House, they come back, they're sitting in the House now. What do they say about plans to make the Integrity Commission different from the one which has, I believe, facilitated a witch hunt of epic proportions against them? And I've never seen an individual not charged with any crime be so solid by a crime. And I'm keen to see how this PNP, with its added strength on the seats of the House, now approach this issue that they have ridden and beaten almost to death for over 2 years.
Well, George, I have to take issue with you, dear George. The elections are over, but there are issues which are not over. For example, you touch one there, the Prime Minister's statutory declarations, they must be dealt with.
By whom? By the Integrity Commission.
Listen, when you say by whom, you know, we have an Integrity Commission,
yes,
right?
And now part of the reason, Desmond, is that we make it seem as if the Prime Minister, we make it seem as if individuals have the gift and have the luxury of dealing with their own declarations. If you submit your declarations and the authority to authorize has not done so, you have to wait. We make it seem as if there's something that Holness can do.
But George,
yes,
to answer Desmond,
yes,
he said it's the Integrity Commission.
Yes.
The Integrity Commission has examined the Prime Minister's declaration.
I was going to come to that.
And closed its investigation.
I was going to come to that.
They have closed it. Yes?
What have they sent? What have they asked FID to? What have they asked FID to do?
To go further, but they, under the law, cannot do that.
That's right.
Okay?
So that matter is not closed.
It is.
It is not closed. It is not closed.
Only the Integrity
It is not
Commission
closed because FID has been asked to examine it.
Under law, only the
I never should have started using Opus Clip. All I do is take the link, I drop the link, I get the clip.
And the People's National Party stop weaponizing that process.
The Prime Minister...
And the people of Jamaica have spoken tonight.
Yeah, and that's the point I was going to make.
Argument done.
Yeah.
No, that argument is not finished. That argument is not finished. Because what we want, we don't want a Prime Minister with clouds hanging over his head.
And there's no cloud hanging over his head.
We don't want that.
He's the only politician who has had a forensic examination of all his statutory declarations and financial affairs.
You are in no position to say that there's no cloud hanging over his head.
So which is the cloud?
What is the cloud?
What's the cloud? What's the cloud?
You mean what is the cloud?
What is the cloud?
The Prime Minister's statutory declarations.
Have not been what? Certified by the Integrity Commission?
Yes.
Right. And why have they not done so?
And listen, what we want. We want the Prime Minister to tell us. Listen.
Well, guess what?
This is simple, you know.
Desmond, we, as I said, this thing has been weaponized for 2 years.
The Prime Minister is the first.
Desmond, Jamaicans said today that they believe in the integrity of this Prime Minister. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what cloud anybody wants to prepare and seed to reign perpetually over the Prime Minister's head. And we all should remember, as Bob Marley said, when the rain falls, it don't fall on one man, don't stop. So I'm saying the weaponization of processes is something that the other side can play. And then what happens to this democracy that we are throwing confetti at? Come on, we need to grow up as a people.
Thank you very much. Yes? You're silent. You're definitely silent though, Kevin.
About what? The Integrity Commission?
What we're talking about, what Desmond and I and George debating.
Okay, Cliff, as you said, what is left for Andrew Holness to do? The Integrity Commission has to either charge him or certify. There's two choices. So charge him or certify.
And they have closed it. Them say done.
In their annual report.
It's done.
But you know something? I'm going to come back here. The whole night we're talking, I don't hear nobody talk about the most important issue in the country.
What, crime?
The crime, right?
Crime is no longer an important issue in the country.
You, listen, I got my 2 wishes in life, you
Kevin,
know.
crime is no longer an important issue in the country. That Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, yes, has cut crime to a point where we'd never discuss it like we have in the last 50 years of electioneering.
It is still an issue. The people, listen, we're still at
How is it an issue, Kevin? It is being successfully managed.
So we're still 20. We're still one of the
What
top
you
20.
should say, he failed to campaign on it.
Well, that too. But we're still one of the top 20 murder countries in the world. There's still time when have room to go down.
You and feel safer, me feel safer.
Do I feel as safe as I would want to be?
Safer.
No. You shouldn't speak for Desmond. Desmond, do you feel safer?
Crime is still a significant
Him ask if you feel safer.
in
It can't go down more, Desmond. It can't go
ask
down
if
more.
you feel safer.
a
Answer.
significant problem in Jamaica.
Answer the question. Do you feel safer?
Safer, but not as safe as we want. It can still go down more.
Listen.
And I'm very glad the JLP wants to Commissioner Blake can continue.
Desmond, do you feel safer?
Driving it down.
Desmond, do you feel safer?
Allow me to, you don't want me to answer.
Then answer now. Answer.
I said, crime is still a big problem in Jamaica.
Do you feel safer?
You feel safer than a year ago, boss?
If I feel safer than...
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't answer.
No.
Suel,
No.
do you feel safer?
No.
Do you feel safer?
Yes, to an extent.
Do you feel as safe as you want to be?
No.
You can go down more.
Yes.
So I want to go
And now
on
ask
the table.
Saeed live in
When
England
you
for a
say
year.
that it is a no longer issue, that's wrong.
You can't ask
Hold
Saeed.
on. Saeed live in England for a year. Did they mug you in London?
Oh, not at all.
Okay. Sandra, do you feel safer?
Yes, but
Good.
there can be improvement.
More
But I do
Very
feel
well.
safer, yeah.
Yes.
All right, I can live with that.
We need to take a break. We need to take a break and come right back. Jamaicans are always going to say they want more. Saeed is very well paid. If you ask me, he say he can be paid more.
Who must be fair,
Yeah?
man?
There you go. We have to be fair. Let's go to the break, and when we come back, hopefully the Prime Minister will be ready for all the country.
You are treated...
Break time, Desmond, break time.
As a disciple.
And that's something for them to celebrate. Yes, there are things to look back on and perhaps for them to say we could have done this better. But for tonight, they're celebrating their victory, and you can't take that away from them.
Wayne Chen, quickly, your perspective on the Holness speech. And, well, he's not there. Professor Blake, are you there?
No.
Okay.
Desmond.
Well, the voters have spoken, and we are now here to see what the government is going to do to improve the lives of the voters and the Jamaican people. So, yes, congratulations. Let us see what is going to be done. A lot of promises were made, and we are watching to see how many of those promises are going to be fulfilled.
Janae Stevens-Taylor, you have been on the journey with us with Blue Dot. Yes. Your reactions and reflections on the outcome.
So this outcome is certainly a credit to the power of data. We modeled this outcome. The historical data pointed us in this direction. Towards the end of the election season, it looked as if we were in for some surprises, higher than usual voter turnout, higher than usual participation from the moderates in the middle, and that did not materialize on election day. And so we, as a voting public, reverted to the patterns that we have been true to over the last 5 general elections, and the predictions hold true. And we are walking out of here tonight feeling quite confident in that modeling and in that data and in the power of harnessing that data so that we can use it to inform going forward. We're excited to be on this journey with you, Cliff. It's been a few years. You took a chance on Blue Dot all that time ago when people were just like, who is this company and what are they doing? And here we are some years later, and we couldn't be more excited. We couldn't be more excited to be your partners in this. So until next time.
Yes. Thank you, Janae. Thank you on behalf of the nationwide team. Yes. Well, I want to say thanks to all the team here at Revo TV, Nationwide, and of course Blue Dot, our panelists. Thanks very much. We know we had some challenges tonight with the telecommunication systems. We apologize for those. We're going to learn from those. I see some very useful suggestions on social media. Yeah, we're going to take those on board. But we want to leave you with the fact that a bit of history was created tonight. Andrew Michael Holness is now set to be Prime Minister for another full term. Will he go early or will he seek a fourth term? That is to be discussed. But we want to leave you with this from Ricardo Brooks on what tonight means.
He's done it. Dr. Andrew Michael Holness has led the governing Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, to a historic third term in government. At 53 years old, Holness tempted fate and has now tasted political greatness. He becomes the first leader of the 82-year-old Jamaica Labour Party to be given a third mandate by the Jamaican people. He's only the second Jamaican Prime Minister to achieve this feat, drawing level with P.J. Patterson's achievement in the 2002 general election. Elected to Parliament for the first time in 1997, Holness has represented the people of West Central St. Andrew for 6 consecutive terms. Tonight, he secures a 7th term in the seat and his 3rd as Prime Minister. Dr. Holness has managed to win the country's 19th general election while swimming against a political avalanche of accusations of corruption and dogged questions about his integrity filings. It appears the Jamaican people have decided those allegations ultimately were not the deciding factor in this election. Despite the relentless onslaught from his main political rivals in the PNP, a confident Holness kept on message throughout the campaign by touting his government's achievements over the last 9 years. He touted roads, he touted water, he touted housing, and he touted the merits of a robust economy. That message appears to have resonated. With this, his 3rd mandate, Holness may have proven himself one of the most resilient political leaders in the country's history. In fact, he joins a select club of incumbents across the Caribbean region to survive the anti-incumbent wave that toppled several of his fellow leaders. In this election, Dr. Holness presented a simple choice to the Jamaican people: performance or promises. The Prime Minister and his governing Jamaica Labour Party also asked the voters to choose Jamaica. Based on tonight's results, it appears Jamaicans have chosen performance and they have chosen Jamaica. With that choice, they cement Holness as a permanent fixture in the political history books. Ricardo Brooks for the Race to 32.